to another edition of the Ohm Service with me, Marky Mark from SoulOhm Reviews, Chris from Lethal Coils, and Steve from Tales from the Ohm. Good evening, everybody.
Tut.
Yes, that was a little tut.
Dear God. To anybody else wearing cans, I apologise for the exuberance of Mr. Mark.
You alright, kiddo?
I'm fabulous.
How you doing, Chris? Oh, is he building again? Yeah, must be building.
Well, they were concerned about the FDA trying to wipe out vapors, and I think they've succeeded. Oh, bless.
Good evening, chat. Sorry.
Sorry. Oh, it's Thursday, isn't it? It's not Sunday.
No, it's not Sunday.
Sorry.
Feels like a Sunday, doesn't it? I say,
dark.
but feels like Tuesday. Good evening, chat. Good evening, chat. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all right on this Thursday evening. The nights are drawing in and the mornings are dark. When I get to work in the morning, it's still dark. I do not like that.
No. When
That's
the evenings are like this, they're made for snuggling.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think Chris is busy doing some coils there.
I think he's checking his rash out.
But more than likely.
Right. Good evening, Mr. Richards. Bronco Monk. Good of you to join us, mate. Chris, how you doing, kid? Colette.
Nice
Good
to see
evening.
Colette. Oh.
Frank, thanks for joining us, bud.
Awesome.
Flashy. How goes it, sir? Where's Ben gone?
Ben?
Grumpy disappeared then. He was on my list and then he went. Mr. Morgan, good afternoon. J. Jerry, JP Ward, Alan, always good to see you, mate.
Alan.
Always good. I hope you're feeling a bit better, mate.
Alan.
Pav G, Puffin Billy, Stuart, good evening. Thomas, Timmy, how you doing? Rev, good evening, mate. Tiberius, and lastly but by no means least, the UK Vapester. Good evening.
Good evening.
Eddie's just appeared as well.
What's up, baby?
And Manic, sorry mate, he's disappeared from my list there. Right, I hope I've got
Stuart.
everybody. No, I've got Stuart. Now you're just calling out random names. It's not big and it's not clever.
Sorry.
I say.
Oh, dear. Ian. Did you say Ian?
Alan.
We've got to start on a high note, haven't we? We really. I mean, let's face it. The news at the present moment is seriously depressing. I mean, if any of you guys go on Twitter, as much as it's great to keep informed and everything and that, honestly, it is so depressing. It really is. I have never known in the whole 8 years of vaping known it be so dark at the present moment with vaping.
It's not just the vaping aspect of it. I mean, I have never been more concerned over the way people treat each other than some of the stuff I'm seeing on Twitter.
Mm.
You know, not so much the backwards and forwards, but the lack of respect that you're seeing from elected officials towards the people that actually put them in power.
Mm.
It's unbelievable. Yes, right. Chris is dumbfounded, bless him. I think he's absolutely frozen to the spot, overcome with emotion.
Okay, Chris isn't here. Chris is actually at a march at the present moment.
Bless him. Oh, Rev, I wish I was going with you, mate. Rev's off to Hamburg.
Oh, nice.
The size of that mod is going to be huge.
I'm just hoping, and I know this sounds daft, it was a conversation I had ironically, with Orion Allen, only, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. Do you think, because what's going off in America and what's going off in India, do you think it's going to have an effect on this year's Expo in Birmingham?
If the scum and all the rest of them, the Daily Fail, keep on printing the scare stories they are, I think it might affect it. I think there's probably a lot of companies very worried about where their income's going to come from in the next 12 months and whether they're going to be able to get hold of stock. Because let's be right, if the States gets wiped out, that's juice stocks down, that's high-end... A lot of high-end mods.
Because I know there's quite a few people coming over from America, reviewer side of it. I know Mike Vapes is going to be there. I think Jay Hayes is coming over. I also know that Grim Green's coming over. Ooh. Obviously, Twisted Messers is coming. Oh, Kent's coming over as well, because I spoke to Kent.
Good stuff.
So I know they're coming over. They've already booked the hotels and everything. So I know they're coming over. But you've got juice companies, American juice companies that normally go to Expo. Now, if they're in a state that's banned flavours and things like that, are they allowed to ship their stock over?
Be interesting. I mean, we can only wait and see. At the minute, it's just pure speculation on our part, isn't it? But,
totally.
It could have an impact. I've not seen anything on the Facebook group for the Expo.
No, I haven't seen anything.
Suggested any different.
But to be honest with you, I think if they started saying anything, I think that would be business suicide, wouldn't it, really?
Well, yeah, true. But, I mean, when you look at the floor plan, there's not many empty spots, if any.
I just can't wait to see the Modders Gallery. That's what I'm after.
I know, I mean, I don't review, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what the media section's like this year.
Yeah.
Because last year, that for me,
this year,
in May, that was the highlight of my Sunday.
Yeah.
The reach from companies to the reviewers and the media.
Yeah, I mean, that's all thanks to VapeTube, that really is. Yeah. Big shout out to VapeTube if you're watching. So,
yeah, huge. Thank you. I mean, arranging that, not only did it, we as sort of show creators got to meet so many people.
Oh, God,
we wouldn't have got close to.
The difference between my experience from the expos that we've been going to, and it was strange when we went to the CBD Hemp Expo. Normally when you go and approach a vendor at Expo, Arva Expos, they can be a little bit standoffish.
Just a little.
And not the cagey or anything like that, but it's... How can you put it? I think they're a little bit wary of reviewers, to be honest with you. Because, let's face it, in the past history, there's been a lot of people that said, oh, I'm a reviewer, and they're really not.
Yeah.
There's
so
been
you
a lot
give
of
out
that
stock and then nothing appears.
Yeah. So I've got a feeling there's that element to it. Whereas when we went to the hemp one, they were so wanting to talk to you. Let's face it. I mean, we was walking around, and literally we was having vendors coming up to us and asking us what we do.
Oh yeah, I mean the press were getting absolutely swamped, and it was more about trying to get that good PR out rather than the hippie image that they get labelled with, And there's still a lot to learn about vaping. I still consider by no means I consider myself an advanced vapor. I learn stuff every day. Pee-wee, good evening. Oh, Bill, I didn't catch you, mate. Good evening, mate. Just in case Jackie's in, wave at the screen.
It's gotta be done. It's gotta be done.
See, if you don't watch Sundays, you're missing out. We wave at you on Sundays. Well, so, seeing as it's Thursday, not Sunday, what are you sucking on?
What am I shucking on? I'm
What are
shucking
you
on.
sucking on?
I got this, I have. This is the Drop RDA. It's a fantastic RDA. That I still love it to pieces. That's the Drop. Underneath this is the Bi-Turbo from Tesla. Bit of a weird one, this one. It's original. I'll show you the box. It's easy for me to show you the box and then you'll understand it. You're supposed to have 2 RDAs on top. Now, I bought this last week, and reading through it, I would class myself as a reasonable, well-educated e-cig reviewer. I would say that. Or I think I know me bits and pieces. And nowhere on it said parallel or series. And reading through the specifications, and it even states it on the box, which I thought was quite interesting. If you have it in single RDA, it'll fire down to a 0.1. In dual, it'll be 0.2. So I'll just read that again, just so you got that in your head. A single is 0.1, and a dual RDA is 0.2. That's what it'll go down to. Now, me, as a person, I thought, well, that's going to be parallel. It's got to be parallel, that. And I thought, yep, that mod will do for me. I'll get that one. I was just about to say that one as well, Bill. One sec. And it's not. It's series. This is a series build on here. And, yeah, having 2 RDAs on a series? No, not a good idea at all. And the second bad bit, I don't know if my camera will pick that up. You might be able to see that. Right at the bottom, it says starter kit.
No.
Not in a million years is that a starter kit. That is for advanced users only. So, yeah, big thumbs down to Tesla for this one. Really big thumbs down to it. And when you start reading the manual, it's got some real weird, conflicting statements in it as well. So, not a happy bunny, to be honest with you. As an actual mod, it's really nice. It's very, very comfortable. It's kind of very, very similar to the Noisy Cricket 2 in size-wise. Well made. You do like it. And I've got like a textured, it's blue, it's very textured on this one. And I've been really enjoying it on a single RDA in a series build. And yeah, it's really nice.
So do you think the problem's down to just poor translation of the original Chinese, or?
No. I've got a feeling that this was originally going to be a parallel mod. The paperwork that comes with it from the manual, it sounds like it's a parallel mod, but it's not, it's series.
To put starter kit anywhere near a series mod is just ridiculous.
For a series mod, even a parallel, unregulated parallel mod, I mean, yes, it has got safety features on this one, which is a good thing.
Well, so's the Cricket too, but
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
no way I'd give it to a starter.
No, you just don't give that type of thing to a starter. Definitely not. So, yeah, bit of a... For me personally, I know how to use it. I know how to work it and everything like that. I know how to make a series build. That is not a problem. And to be honest with you, very, very comfortable in the hand and hits really, really well. So, yeah, overall, it's a nice mod. But... yeah, I was going to review it. I'm still in two minds whether I should just not exactly review it, but actually show it off and explain to people in case they are tempted.
If it's being marketed on the packaging as a starter kit, I would honestly say do it just to get that warning out there to people.
Because let's face it. I literally went out and I saw it was on offer. I only paid just shy of 20 quid for it, and I thought, oh, that's a good buy. And I should have looked into it a little bit more, but it's something it's not been on my radar or anything like that. I just saw it in one of its sales, and I thought, oh, that looks nice. And I did the Yup Hellgate. Oh, absolutely yonks ago. Now, that was a dual RDA, but that was in parallel. And that was a friend of mine. He lent it me. And I missed that one because it was a corking little setup. And I thought, obviously, it would be exactly the same. And what with it saying that it goes down to a 0.1, I thought, oh, that's parallel. I never thought it was series. So, yeah. So, I'm on that.
Sorry, mate, I was just laughing at Orion's comment. I think Chris is trying to work his bi-turbo out.
Also, I have got the Passage with the MVV Series 2. I do love that. I think that looks gorgeous. Do like that one. I've also on the... what's it called now? I've just done a review for it. The Monster. Or spell OR at the end. Monster. Really liking that. That's on the V. And finally, but not leastly, I have got the Kylin M and the Hex, and still loving it. Still absolutely. And I never thought I would say that I love a mesh coil, but I love this. Absolutely love it to pieces. Juice wise, I am on Vintage Raspberry. I'm on Vintage Vimto. And I'm on SoulOhm's Own Brew. That's me done.
That's the big bottle.
Oh, wow. These are all 200 mil jobbies. Fuck the TPD.
I'm in shock, sir. I'm in shock.
Why? I said tucked didn't I?
No, you didn't.
Oh, Jimmy Cricket. Did I say the other one?
Blimey. That's a good question, Alan. Does he know something that we don't?
So, kiddo, what you want?
Any more rumours? Well, I'm on the micro. Interesting last week or so with this. Went and bought 3 coils. Legits, and within the week I've got through all 3.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I was chatting to my local B&M owner, bless him, and he was reporting the same thing, and it appears that when they're manufacturing the coils, there appears to be differing rates of compression for the cotton. But bless him, being the good shop owner he is, he turned around and he said, well, there is a way of fixing it. So we got chatting, and with the microcoils, when you are priming, just take a look and see how quick the juice is taken up by the cotton. Because if it sits for more than a couple of seconds on the cotton, it looks like it's got just compressed just a bit too much. So we're back to the old pin trick. So literally a couple of very light stabs and it'll sort it straight out.
Right, so they're compressing the cotton too much.
Yeah, it just seems to be just slightly compressed too much. It's just sitting on top rather than going in. Because as soon as I said it, he went, you've got through a couple of coils. You had maybe one good one and then a couple of bad ones. So yeah. He says, yeah, I've had the same thing. And they did find that the pinprick worked. So
we used to do that on bow cartomizers back in the day, because you used to get a pack of 5 and normally 3 out of the 5 never worked right. And it was literally because of the compression.
So what I did like the fact was, though, instead of saying, oh, well, I've had no problems, he just came out and said, right, here's your fix. Which was all, I do love that shop.
That's one thing about when vape shop at Worksop.
Mm.
They're always been like that. Always, you can always tell a good vape shop when they do things like that.
Oh yeah, well, it's like I say. I mean, I'm spoiled in Retford. I've got 2 really good shops.
Mm.
People that know what they're talking about and will always prepare to help.
Hello,
Thank you,
LCL.
Mark. Who you calling gay?
Oh, TVP killer. You all right, matey?
Hey, Mark, if you're on tonight, mate, let us know. And
Yeah. Are you on tonight, Mark? Are you on tonight? Will you be perusing?
Oh, is it? Oh no, is it football tonight?
Football. Come on. I'm sorry. You've got no upper me knowing about football.
I know, but you know.
Football.
VK1 with Zeus X on top, single
Nice
coil.
one. Are you still on that single coil?
Still on that single. It's lasting well.
Blooming is. How are you doing with the wicking? Because you were saying that you're having wicking problems with it.
Still having problems. It's still bisecting. Lasts for about 2-3 days, and then whatever hot spot I've got in there. But to be honest, for that 2-3 days, I'm getting such a good vape out of it.
Could you? Little idea. Have an open coil, so you got spaced.
With the size I've got it wrapped, if I knocked it down to 3.5, yeah, I probably could. At the minute, I've got 4 mil single on there, so it's a bit tight.
Yeah, you would be there, but if you got it for 3.5, 3 mil diameter, spaced.
3 definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it spaced, and then you're not going to get that heat in the middle. Because you've always got to remember that your coil heats from the centre and works out. So the hottest point will be in the centre. But if you have a spaced coil, it still does that, but it's spread out evenly.
See, folks, you heard it first here. BFG's a moron and Mark thinks.
No.
On the V, with the off.
Can't beat the V, can you? You cannot beat that V.
Such a versatile little beast.
I
know
it.
It's old now, but I don't care. And the off, it's got its problems. Don't get me right. It's not perfect, but still producing a decent vape. On the juice wise, the 10 mil watermelon salts, which well worth it.
Evening, Chris.
Absolutely gorgeous. And the Wick Liquor Contra.
Oh,
loving that.
Oh.
Dumb. I'm getting through far too much of that. Evening, Chris. He snuck in there. I didn't see.
I know, bless
If you
him.
hadn't have shouted it, I'd have missed it. Right. We will do some news. However, we're not going to go down the dark road. I think we're all aware of where the bands are. What did catch my eye was Utah, surprisingly. Now, a few months, in fact, I think last year, maybe even earlier, Utah had a real downer on vaping. So I'd got it into my head that Chris isn't looking at his phone. Chris is actually at a rally. But we did wonder how long it would be before anybody realised. Bless you. Right, Utah had a real downer on vaping. Stop it. Real downer on vaping. So I was expecting Utah to go for the all-out ban. Bless them, Utah surprised me. Rather than going for an all-out ban, they've restricted sales. And they've restricted sales from corner shops, grocery stores, pharmacies and gas stations. And you can only buy them from licensed tobacconists.
That's brilliant news, that.
I thought it was fantastic. I mean, not only that, they've requested that all shops have a warning in the window regarding THC pods. And And they state we want to work hand in hand with the Department of Health and educate people on the difference between legal and illegal vape products. That is the sort of response that other states should have been doing.
That's awesome. That, I mean, we mentioned it a few weeks back, how they really should go about it. I turn around and say that, so like, if it's in a gas station, if it's in a corner shop, that type of thing, no vaping. No vape products at all. The only place that you can get is from an authorised vape shop. And let's face it, they can monitor these vape shops quite clearly because they've been doing it.
Well, yeah.
Because they've been checking up on them, seeing if they're selling any flavoured e-liquid. So if they can do that, they can check up and all.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I mean, the thing that really piqued my interest was that they've reported 71 lung damage cases linked to the vaping of the THC pods, which I believe is one of the higher states. And yet they've not gone for the ban. They've thought it through. They're being rational about it. So
Jackie's just mentioned that New Jersey's just banned flavours.
Like the flavours are the problem. Unbelievable.
That's
and
JA. That's going to be JA's going to be well annoyed because he's in New Jersey, isn't he?
I believe so. I'm not a big follower of Jay, so. Yeah, there is an argument for that, Tetley, that if it's not in gas stations, it would deter less people to start vaping. However, I mean, when you look at it,
you've got to equal it out, haven't you? Right? They are saying in the States that they have got a problem with children getting hold of vaping products, e-cigarettes. Right. The biggest place that doesn't card underage buying is gas stations and places like that. A authorised vape shop is more inclined to actually card them. It's not a perfect solution to anything, but if you can buy it from a vape shop and not a corner shop, yes, it may inconvenient you, but I'd rather it be done that way than banning it.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. We're not you can't talk like we're talking in this country. It's totally different over in the States than it is here. Totally different.
And if you look at the model that the dispensaries are taking on, once they legalise the sale of cannabis, it works. It really works. You know, they've got people stood on the door checking ID before you go in.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, the problem that they are saying is that there's a teen epidemic. They are saying this, and it's an argument that you can't win, which is obviously proven because they're banning it all. It's an argument that you can't win. You just cannot win it. So how do you sort of like try and equal it out a little bit? And I think if you can do it so it's just sold in vape shops, then yeah.
And let's be right. I mean, like Mark said, you get your equivalent of the corner store or our spa. You know, when I was a sprog buying fags, I wasn't getting them from the supermarket or the local. I was nipping into a different corner shop in town and picking up my fags.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if it happens in this country, it will happen in other countries.
Oh, big time. I mean, the what's America going to do when the kids switch to IQOS? Hopefully, ban IQOS. Not going to happen. Can't see it at all, and I appreciate last week I caused a furore when I said IQOS was just a fag dipped in PG.
Well, it basically is. I mean, at the end of the day, we could go on forever with that one. I mean, what happens now? Right, they've banned the flavours and the teen uptake isn't going down. Then what happens? Are they going to just outright ban it?
And who's going to answer the questions when the teen smoking rate suddenly goes through the roof? because it'll happen.
Yeah, of course it will.
You know, it's crazy. It really is crazy. ICOS does keep the tobacco tax and the MSA money safe. Yeah,
of course it does.
100%. Yeah, that's strange, Tiberius, because Mark used to mention that a couple of weeks ago. Back in the day, there used to be a vending machine in Arworth.
Literally down the road from us, we were a vending machine.
Woodbines. There used to be one in Retford just outside at the train station. If you were crafty, you just nip, you know.
I think the actual machine only came away from the actual wall about 20 years ago. No, obviously there was nothing in it.
Well,
But
yeah.
the original device was still there.
Blimey. It's good this growing up near each other because we're both.
Well, that's it. I mean, but you're on a losing battle. So how do you sort of losing battle to keep sort of like what we enjoy and know that it is 95% safer than having a cigarette in our lives? How do you keep that from keeping going? And so, like, having it in an actual designated vape shop, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Better to have it still available. You can fight battles, yeah. As long as it's not outright banned,
Yeah.
there's still a fight to be won. Like Vic said, Vic got it absolutely bang on in his WhatsApp special.
Oh, yeah.
We are not going to win. A win is completely out of the question.
Well, there's too much
Best
money
we
involved.
can hope. Exactly.
There's
Best we
just
can
way
hope
too much
for
money in it.
is a stalemate. Utah have shown the way there. Admittedly, that's my opinion. My opinion means jack in Washington. We know that. You know, I think a lot of the American vapors are realising what an uphill struggle any sort of recognition is going to be.
Because let's face it, you've got the government that can't make its mind up, or should I say departments that can't make its mind up. The FDA seems to be, I wouldn't say on the side of vaping, but is tolerant. You've got the CDC that, well, by the sounds of it, they just don't want vaping full stop. Then you've got the media that's against it.
And they've whipped Joe Public into a frenzy.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. So how are you going to fight that? You've just got no hope of fighting it.
I mean, the amount of tweets that are coming up where somebody's been vaping and a smoker's come up and said, that thing will kill you. You know.
I mean, the classic one was on, what day was it? Popped down to our Aiden's. What day was it? Was it Sunday? Either Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember which day it was. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I think it was Sunday. No, it would have been Saturday because we did live show on Sunday. Popped down to our Aiden's and I was talking to Aiden's wife, Louise, and she mentioned about the first UK vaping-related death. And
I was just going to come on to it.
And she goes, yeah, so I ain't heard about this one. And she goes, yeah, there's a bloke died from vaping. So anyway, have you already got the headlines for it?
I've got it
well,
here.
I'll let you tell the headlines.
So, despite the mainstream media screeching a man's death for over 9 years ago was caused by vaping, the truth's probably a little less sensational. So it was a 57-year-old British glass factory worker who died in 2010 from lipoid pneumonia, and the doctors say his lungs were saturated with oils. Lipoid pneumonia, the same issue that's killing people in America. Yeah, VG and PG, well, PG to that, doesn't break down into oil in the lungs.
No, there's no oil in it. It's water-based.
Yeah, it acts like an alcohol.
But what this sense, this is where the media really should be thrown over the coals for it, because the headline is the first UK e-cigarette death. Right. I was vaping, the first time I started vaping was in 2011. Here in Doncaster, the area that I live in, I don't know what it was like elsewhere in the country. There was not one single vape shop.
Yep.
The only place that you could buy an e-cigarette directly was from Tesco's, and they was the little, what were they called now?
The cigalikes.
They look like a cigarette, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're the only ones that you could buy anywhere around here. That's all you could buy. There was no vape shops or anything. So he was vaping in 2000. Well, he died in 2010.
Yep.
That's it, 10 motives, thank you. So he died in 2010. So what the heck was he vaping on?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there was vaping products available, but back in 2010, this was a very, very, very young industry. And I think the only e-liquids that you could get hold of were from China. You know, the decant stuff and the Hang Seng stuff. The real rough stuff. Now, as far as I'm aware of, all them lot were mainly PG.
Well, Irish has mentioned another relevant fact. The guy was a glass factory worker, yeah, and they used emulsion oil to quench the glass, so it gets heated to 200 degrees plus. You're breathing it in. He also had fibrosis of the lungs. And he'd been smoking. He was a heavy smoker prior to that for a number of years, multiple decades. So it's significant because vegetable glycerin is soluble, as in water-based, so it has to be something else that causes his lungs to fill with oil. And it's not so much the facts of the story, it's the way it's being reported, as you say. I know there has been moves for people to report it because of the sensational way that the Daily Mail has reported it. To do it in Stoptober as well, that's just downright irresponsible.
It is totally irresponsible. The whole thing, and this is what the vaping industry and us as consumers are up against. Because let's face it, getting back to the story that I was telling you, Louise told me about it, but it was Louise's grandma that told Louise about it. Now, Louise's grandma is, I think she's around about 80, somewhere around about that 70, 80 years of age. So she's only read the headlines.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all she's read is the headlines. And then that's passed on to Louise. So word of mouth alone, just from that one headline, someone's died in the UK from vaping.
Yeah.
I mean, how bad is... How wrong it is. Especially in the climate that we're in at the present moment with the States. And we've got his own media coming out with poo like that. It just really, really did wind me up.
Well, Chris touched on it when the Sun printed their various stories about vaping being dangerous. They didn't mention the THC pods. They were saying that people were dying in America from vaping. It's irresponsible journalism. It really is. I appreciate the numbers that they used to sell. Probably a damn good reason for that. And if you look at your recent reporting, maybe there's the answer rather than people aren't interested anymore, If they didn't try and dress it up to be sexy, maybe more people would buy their publication. But
honestly, when I found... Because obviously when I found out about it, when Louise told me about it, instantly, the first thing that I do with that kind of information, I go looking for it. I went out and purposely looked for that information because it's sort of like, blooming it, there's someone in this UK that's died from it. You want that information. And then when I found out he died in 2010, I was spitting blood at the actual blooming computer screen.
Well, when you read the actual article, there was various quotes from his wife, etc., saying, her stomach turns every time she sees people using these things because it killed her husband and all the rest. Strange how she's suddenly crawled out the woodwork when all these stories have been flying around from America.
Mm.
You know, I appreciate she's lost her husband. You know, I really appreciate it.
Mm.
No, Irish, you're completely right there, mate. It's not journalism. It is just reporting. Half of it's fairy stories, to be honest. I think they're bringing it up 9 years later. What I was getting at is there cash involved?
Yeah.
Is it about the money?
I think that's the only reason why I think that came about. I can't remember which. Was it the Telegraph that actually reported it first?
I don't know. I saw it in the Daily Fail, so...
I think... don't quote me on that one. I think it was the Telegraph. But if they're getting paid for the story, then that she's just grabbing money. I mean, I do apologise. I'm sorry that your husband died. But if she's just grabbing money for the sake
the cost of other people's lives. Yeah. Well, I know that. Sorry, that's as bad.
Yeah.
I'm really kicking myself for using that phrase. That's as dramaful. You know, potentially causing harm to somebody else's family.
Yeah.
That's a better way of phrasing it, because, you know, it's crazy. It really is. Stoptober is here to try and help people improve their health. If you've got friends that are thinking about giving up the fags, I would strongly suggest that you point them in the direction of Vic's Stoptober video.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely spanking. It was great. And he touches on the media for all of them.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
So, well worth having a look at. You know, obviously he's singing to the choir with us, but there's plenty of people out there who are still looking for a way of getting off the six.
But I mean, having news like that, especially from a zone.
Well, yeah.
It's
there's no need for it.
No.
Really isn't. Right. So India's Prime Minister has finally tried to explain the countrywide vaping ban. And it was, of course, all about protecting their children. Think of the children.
Children.
And I still hear that in a Scottish.
Why? Yes. I always hear Vic with that one. Yes.
Now, what kills me is he goes on to talk about vape tricks. Apparently, jellyfish are deadly, but not the ones in the sea. So they are completely unaware of its dangers. This is him speaking about the children. And for this reason, sometimes e-cigarettes sneak into the house out of sheer curiosity. Kids at times, pretending to be showing some magical trick, blow smoke in the presence of peer company or their parents without lighting the cigarette or striking a match to light it. And as if a magic show is going on, the family members respond with applause. What the hell's going off in this country? Yeah, madness.
Very strange.
Absolute madness. Malaysia are looking to bring in strict vape regulations.
Bill's just turned around and said, thing is, though, 5-year-olds smoke in India.
Yeah, this is it. You know, I mean, let's be right. It's all right saying, think of the children, think of the children. First off, be upfront about the 30% you've got invested into Indian tobacco. Yeah?
Yeah, that's got nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Absolutely nothing. I mean, it's the same as the ban on smoking in your car when you got the kids in. The UK government could not have got that through without the children being in the car. Because the protection of innocence is the only reason that they can intervene. I think it's Article 8, where you have the right to live in a manner without being interfered with by the government. Yeah?
I mean, this is like what Timmy's just said. Same country, kids live on garbage dumps, forage for food. I think they need to fix a lot more shit before worrying about some kid blowing hose.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
Fist bump to Timmy kidding. There. Totally.
100%, mate.
I mean, the divide from the rich and the poor in India. Wow, that is yeah.
You ain't kidding.
I mean, that is
the amount they're homeless. You know, you've got kids living on the streets, and they're literally packs of kids.
Yeah.
Kids that should be being cared for and loved and all the rest of it. You've still got, in some areas of India, daughters being thrown out the house. Because daughters are viewed to have less worth than sons.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not making a judgment on that. That's a cultural thing. But absolute mad. Mo! Good evening, sir.
I noticed, Mo.
I noticed.
And I noticed that Alan's back as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you look carefully, even the sheep winced. That's me in trouble. Stop it. So apparently Dinner Lady and have now produced a new pre-filled disposable pod kit that's going to be rolled out to over 4,000 Nisa and Cost Cutter stores, which is interesting because they've got the big deal with Asda.
Yeah.
And now they're going for the pod market with the corner shop. Is this really the way?
No.
You got to wonder. I mean, Dinner Lady, mind saying that. I mean, anything other than the lemon tart is probably going to put somebody on vaping for life.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. It's a strange one, that one, because it's so like. I would have thought pods now are falling out of favour.
Well, especially the closed pods. I mean, when you look at the amount of open pod systems that are now hitting the market and the AIOs,
you'd have thought they obviously must think that there's a market there for it.
Probably looking more at the starter market and then the emergency. You know, your tanks, you drop your tank or your batteries are flat.
Yeah.
But when you buy these things, they're very rarely fully charged, are they? So it's not like you could walk in, buy it, and just walk off and use it. So.
Well, that's the whole idea, isn't it? But.
Well, yeah, but you got. I wouldn't want to be launching a pod system at the minute.
No.
We're already seeing there's a certain amount of lashback. I've noticed that.
I think
especially if you go on TVP's group, there is Gordon Bennett.
I think they've done it. I think pods they've done it. I really do. I think. Don't get me wrong, they've got the place, and I'm sure there's people using them. But do you know something? I know it sounds daft. If I go into Doncaster town centre or anywhere like that, or a large population, I don't see anybody use a pod. I've never seen anybody besides myself and people at the expo use a pod.
I normally see lots of smocks, hell of a lot of smock stuff.
Yeah, loads of smocks, vape pens, like C4 style, ego type ones. They're still being used, especially for the older generation. Yeah, they're still being used. But so like normal mods like this, that's what I'm seeing.
I know I got some really funny looks when I pulled out the micro. I mean, I get it in Retford. You almost get that look of disdain as if you're not a real vapor. I mean, the fact I've got mods galore, and mechs galore sat at home, and then I've got some 20-year-old looking at me aghast because I pull out this pod.
Well, I don't mean that type of AIO. That I class them as AIOs. I'm on about your little pods. I'm on about your little stick things.
Oh, you dual and that? No,
I've never seen anyone.
Seen that.
I've never seen anyone.
No. Mind saying that, I mean, they're such a pain in the arse to charge up.
But considering they're supposed to be so popular, I mean, all right, I'm not exactly a social person, you know. I mean, I don't go all over the place, but I mean, I go to Doncaster, I go to Sheffield, I go round, you know, I do go round, but I've never seen anyone vape on a pod.
So you managed to get some help for that punching strangers in the face thing that you were suffering from?
No, I still do that, especially in Meadowall or Meadowhell. Oh, God, I hate going to places like that. But you don't see it. I mean, I go into Sheffield City, and I have not seen one person in all the time I've been vaping. I have not seen a person vape on a pod. A smock, yes, definitely. Them type of. I mean, it's like today. I was driving through Bawtry, and there were two lads, big blowing clouds. But I have never seen a pod.
That's another thing, though. 2019 might have been the year of the pod. 2020, I really wouldn't be surprised if we see that being the resurgence of the mouth-to-lung tank. There's a lot now. I think that's going to peak next year.
Tetley, I'm going to get a clipboard and stand in Doncaster. Come here. What are you vaping on? Let me have a look. Let me have a look at your device. That's not a pod.
I tried that at market and nearly got killed. What's that in your pocket, son?
Yeah, but you're big enough to do that. You're so like, no one's going to argue with you, are they? It's like, sorry, sir.
Oh, in Donny, of course they are. Jeez, I'm a pussycat compared to most of them.
Saying that, they're all spice heads in Donny.
I still love the fact that we get a visit from the PM. Yeah, everywhere else is yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir. What happens when he comes to Donny? He gets a gobful off a single mother. He gets followed around market and heckled by some geezer in a flat cap. It was awesome.
Phone X attention 9. Oh yeah, Chris deleted that. Why did you delete that? Oh no. Hey, what's going off here? Why did you delete that,
know.
Chris?
What we got?
Something about 5 deadly. I don't know.
Not dangerous vapes you should avoid.
Why did you delete that, Chris Doyle? Okay, fair enough. Right.
See, I mean, those are clickbait. They are pure clickbait, those articles. They really are.
Oh, God, aye.
I mean, to be honest, 9 dangerous vape. It's all right, Chris. No worries.
No, it's all right, Chris. No worries.
Those sort of... I mean, you see them all the time, though, but you see them about everything. At the minute, they're showing vapes because that's the media grabber in America. You know you're going to get plenty of click-through on that. But I've seen it like, why Will Smith's no longer on your TV screen? You know, Pamela Anderson banned from Hollywood because ...
I tell you another little annoyance I've got, especially with the American media. They think that the whole vaping industry is called Juul.
Yeah. That
really pisses me off. There was one that I think JA's put up on Twitter, and it was an interview with a doctor, and the cast, the newsreaders, kept on going back to Juul. And it's so like, well, the industry's a lot more than just Juul.
If the industry was just Juul, it wouldn't be a problem. Because Juul have lost headquarters, yeah. It'd just be a case of banning Juul, wouldn't it?
You know, you're so like, come on, it's not just about blooming Juul.
If the whole business was Juul, it'd be great, because all you would do is you would ban closed pod systems. Yeah, there wouldn't be any e-juice because everything's Juul. You wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't have homebrew, etc. You would only be able to buy pods.
But the whole media is basing everything all on Juul.
It's unbelievable. Apart from Fox.
Never knew. Oh, what a lovely name. Never knew.
Trying to work out what the picture is.
It looks like a bloke and a rabbit. Is it a rabbit?
I'm not sure if it's a rabbit or a cat.
Hello, Never Knew. What a lovely name. Never Knew.
Yeah. Good evening, Rachel. Hello. Yeah, they created Joule and they created the problem with Joule. 100%, mate. 100%.
Yeah. Right. Just to let everybody know, the actual draw for the giveaway will be at 8 o'clock.
Thanks for telling me. Honest, we're professionals. We planned.
I do. Do you know, sometimes names really stick with me. I like that one. Never Knew. You're going to have to tell us what that means now. You've got to tell us what Never Knew means.
I'm a fan of Fondle Me Balls. I think that was brilliant.
You're fond of... You will.
So, Rachel, just fill us in. Are you still vertical and dressed, or you're horizontal and naked? That's reference to a Facebook post that she made this morning, bless her. I'm going to get a slap again, aren't I? Never knew, because you never know.
Ah.
I like that.
I like that.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Tetley, that's not kind. I want you to go and give Chunk a snuggle and say sorry. Oh, bless you, Rachel.
Oh, bless.
Yes. I don't think we'll read that reply back from Chunk, bless him.
No, bless him.
Yeah. I mean, Joule, the fascination with Joule is purely over the 50 milligram. No other product. Well, maybe there's more pods in America, but you don't hear about them because of Joule. That's what they're at. They're not after the flavour. They're not after the quality of the kit. It's the 50 mil buzz. So there's another answer. Be more like Utah and restrict your neck.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it just really does wind me up that every interview that you see, it's all about Joule. And they think that the whole vaping industry is Joule. And it's not. It's a tiny part of it.
Well, it's not even a tiny part.
Yes, all right. They have done wonders for getting people to stop smoking. I can't fault them for that one. And you've got to give them hats off for that. Yes, it has helped people to stop smoking. But Joule is not the be-all and end-all of this vaping industry. I don't care what anyone says. It is not. And it's because of what Joule's slightly weird way of doing things. I'm going to put that politely. I know we can be stronger than that, but weird way of doing things. And they have done some really, things for the industry. You're still vaping.
They've done stuff for Joule.
Of course they have.
They've not done it for the industry.
Yeah. Well, they've caused a lot of problems for the industry, should I say. But,
Really? 80%? That's a big percentage of the US market. That's a massive percentage.
Oh, yeah. Right, it's 8 o'clock, kiddo.
It is.
Giveaway time! Giveaway time! Shall I show them what they're getting?
Yes, please.
Right, what they're getting. Because this is the 3K giveaway. So, we're getting hats.
You're not getting Joule.
Hats.
No Joule.
No Joule, trust me.
No Joule.
Get them off. You're getting juice. T-shirts.
You didn't show that off very well.
Oh, you seen how much stuff there is here?
I know, there's loads. I was there. Hold
yes,
the t-shirt
you was actually there helping me. There you go. You got a T-shirt there.
Kindly note, not available at retail outlets.
Not available. You've got the UU X2. You've got the UU X1. You've got the Groot. You've got the Steam Crave Aromarizer Light RTA. You've got the Vaptio VX100. That's the one that holds the 18650, 2700 or 21700. You have got the Preco 2 Direct to Lung, a pack of 3 pods there. You have got the Smock Nord. You've got some Kendo Cotton and Wire. You've got the Stan. And you've got the Preco Solo Kit as well. Plus some other little bits and pieces as well. One lucky winner.
Indeed.
There is one lucky winner. Right. I set the question on my website, and the question was, what video has the highest number of views? And the answer is... the Tesla Invader 3. At the present moment, I've got 97,165 views.
Oh, yes.
So there you go. That is the answer. So,
Out
Stevie
of all
baby.
the entries, we had 24 correct answers, which is fantastic. So one of you lucky 24 is about to win. Now, you're going to have to bear with me on this, because when we do this, it's not like I've got the OBS up, etc., etc. So my feed is a feeder feed. So what I'm going to do is I am going to click live on... Oh, come on, you beggar. There we are. I think you can see that. So if I click that, Jason Mini.
Excellent. Jason Mini.
Jason Mini, you are the winner. All those goodies will be winging their way to you. All you need to do is contact Mark
At SoulOhmReviews.com.
at SoulOhmReviews.com. You will have to pay the postage, I'm afraid, mate. But Mark will email you how much that's going to be.
Yeah.
And we'll get all that good stuff sorted. So fantastic.
Congratulations, Jason. Is he in the chat? That is the thing.
Well, this is it. Are you in here, Jason, or not? No, it's real news.
Right, what we'll do then is, obviously he's not in chat. What we'll do is I'll email him.
No problem.
What have you lost?
Pat, send one of them BFG's way to cover up the patch of hair he has. There's nothing wrong with my Phil Collins.
Stuart wants to know, did he get the answer right?
Did he get the answer right?
Well, if you put the answer was the Tesla Invader 3.
You did.
I've got to ask though, Chris Doyle, what answer did you give?
Stop. Play nice. It's nigh on impossible for me to tell, because obviously it comes through as...
Well, big congratulations to Jason.
Anyway, yes. Huge congratulations. So thank you.
So what I'll do, obviously, Jason's not in chat. I'll email Jason, and then I'll get the details off him when he answers back. Awesome.
No problem.
So that was my 3K giveaway. Hopefully the 4K won't be long.
Now, I will say, if Jason hasn't been in touch in the next 7 days, I will be keeping the correct answers up, and we will redraw.
Yes, we'll redraw next week if he hasn't answered.
Okay, so you still might be in with a chance.
Chris Doyle, I'll let you know you put it as gloop juice.
No. Chris was Zeus.
Were it Zeus juice?
Zeus X.
Oh, Zeus X were it. Who's Gloop?
I don't know, because I got rid of all the wrong answers. So. Yeah, no, I mean, it was great, and it was lovely to see so many familiar names up there, yeah.
It was really nice. So I just want to say a big thank you for everybody. Got it right or got it wrong, thank you for entering. Really does appreciate it. And here's to the next.
Next 3?
Yeah.
Well, next 7 would be nice.
So if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up, because it always counts.
I'm surprised at that, Bill.
What's that?
Apparently it took ages to find it. There was a trick to it. There was definitely a trick to it. But we'll keep that quiet, because you never know what the next question's going to be.
Yes, well, what we're going to be doing in the future, I'm going to start doing some more giveaways. I've got some little bits and pieces that I've done for review and things like that I want to actually do giveaways now on the channel. Obviously, what with YouTube's policy, Facebook's policy, all to do with giveaways and things like that. Obviously, we can't do it directly on the channel, so we have to do it on the website. And Steve and my good self, we managed to sort it out so we can do it that way. So, and I didn't want to go down the Patreon route because, didn't want to do it that way. So that's why we're doing it this way.
We appreciate there are a number of pod systems in there, but the idea is that obviously if you've got somebody that you know, if you did win, you've got somebody you know that is trying to get off the fags and is interested in vaping, you've got something you can share out, share the love. It's what we're about.
Yeah, that's it.
We will promote it.
Definitely.
More huggles and smiles to people.
And I like huggles and smiles.
Indeed, we love huggles, but then I open my gob and then Rachel says no. Bless. What percentage of biscuits do you DIY? I made juice today, but it's too biscuity. Oh, that's a difficult one, that, Jackie, because it all depends on what your concentrate is and what you find too biscuity. What you may find is give it some steeping time, because if you've just mixed it, it'll take a while for the flavours to bed in. I mean, if you've mixed a biscuit and a cream or something, you need to give it a couple of weeks for the cream to come out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, Alan, I do.
We should have
There's
had
a lot of love there.
We should have a word with, if you get a chance, message Paul from Labworks. He's the DIY guru.
You put cream in. Right, it's going to take a couple of weeks for that to come out. What you'll find is as it steeps longer and longer, the cream will come out more and it'll take the edge off the biscuit. But Paul's definitely the person. The other one is to have a look at Mollenberry's site on Facebook. They carry some fantastic recipes. And if you want advice, post on there. They are such a friendly bunch. They've always forever helping people. Julie, bless you.
You like cream, dear.
Oh. Now I thought the judge had blocked the New York ban, but
really,
right. Let
court
me just
order
check that.
vape ban lifted in New York. Brilliant news.
Well, I'm hoping the Utah decision will make some of them think twice.
Well, to be honest with you, I think the Utah idea is, a good way of going down, a route going down.
Right, the last story I saw was that the judge denied the vape industry's request to delay New York. Now, whether there's been an update on that, let's try.
Bronco, where did you get that information from? It's absolutely excellent news. You can hear it live now. Da-dum-da-dum. Jay Hayes and Mike Vapes was mentioned.
Excellent.
I assume Jay Hayes will be live at the moment, isn't he? I think so.
Let's
anyway. I'm sure I saw a notification come up.
As I say, I don't follow Jay, so... Right, Jay is live, and he's saying New Jersey's falling and banning vapes.
Properties.
Interesting.
New window. Facebook. Paul.
Right, if anybody can keep an eye on that and just let us know.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely
fantastic.
Awesome.
Yes, Jackie, Labworks, Paul. Quite often find him in chat on a Sunday.
There you go. That's his Facebook page. Weird that it's called The Lost Reef, but there you go.
Is it? How bizarre.
How bizarre.
Now you go. No, don't put that song in my head. It took years to get that song out.
I think that he's... no, it won't let me. Oh, it might do. No. Now, believe it or not, the link to Labworks is a long one. See if that does it. There you go. There's Labworks. There you go. See, what a service we provide.
And if you give me a sec, there's a list, the link to Mollenberry. Now it's the Mollenberry Flavours group you want, but you do find that Mollenberry they sell all sorts of concentrates. Vapable is the other one. They're worth having a look at as well.
At the present moment, no, Alan. Paul might be coming on, though. The question was, are we having any guests on Sunday? Why are you coming on, Alan? Do you fancy coming on the show?
What's up? The two of us not interesting enough?
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to watch YouTube boring things. So you've got someone to spice it up a bit.
Here, can we get that Julie on? She sounds fabulous.
Oh, she sounds absolutely gorgeous. Her in a brass bed. Ooh.
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 Don't, because I nearly went into Les Dawson then, and I don't want to cause any offence. Oh, bless. I do love it when Julie just pops up.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Bill posts the odd recipe on Vapable's Facebook page. They are worth having a look at. They're based up in Liverpool.
Oh, what were her name now? She was lovely. From Vapable. Oh, what the girl called?
Megan,
that's it. What a lovely lass.
And the three of them, I mean, we met four of the guys from Vapable at the last expo.
Yeah, Meg.
Really, really know. They don't just sell the stuff, they mix. So they can tell you everything about the stuff they sell. Absolutely cracking bunch of people. So well worth having a look. Anything new coming out on Teespring?
At the present moment, no. I've had no major plans at the present moment. I think I might do something for Expo. I might do an Expo T-shirt or something like that. I could sort of like do a competition type of thing. If people want to design something, what do you think?
That would be great. Yeah.
And obviously,
that's one for developing. I like that idea.
I think that's a good idea.
How does chat feel about that? SoulOhm Mankinis? No. You know why? No. Because it'd look like a marrow in a string bag. No.
I hope you are going to be turning up in your SoulOhm hoodie, Alan.
Oh, I shall be wearing my hoodie.
And Chris will be taking it on his holidays also. Do you know something? I know it sounds daft. I haven't got a hoodie yet.
You bad man.
I know. I've got t-shirts, but I ain't got a hoodie.
Yeah, Jackie, good work on that braid.
Yeah, that
Not
was
the easiest
awesome.
coil to make.
Jackie, if you go,
attempt.
I can say, Jackie, if you're interested in things like that, if you're going to Expo, definitely go to the where they do the coils, because you can get some of the guys, and honestly, they've got wires on off every finger, and they're doing all this malarkey, and it's amazing to watch. So yeah, kudos to you, seriously, because that were awesome.
Good man, Bill. Good man. It's nice to know we're represented in Whitby.
Yes. But regarding the Teespring, no, I haven't. I'll be genuinely honest with you. I haven't thought, oh, I need a new T-shirt or I need. But if there's a demand for new T-shirts, yeah, I'll definitely start thinking about it. And I think we'll do a competition.
Yeah,
I think that'll be corking that, because then obviously the competition, you'll win your T-shirt.
If you've had a look at the Teespring page, you'll have noticed that the prices are fairly low. That's about as low as we can go. Teespring do have a limit that you can't set below, because obviously there's a cost implication as they provide. What happens is, rather than us having to buy loads of stock, we provide the design, then Teespring print it, and they print a batch every 3 days. Yeah. But there is a certain cost level that you can't go below. And I think you're getting about 10p or 20p or something.
I'm not getting much, hardly anything. I mean, I monetize the channel, and the only reason why I monetized the channel, and I did that. How long ago was that? About a month and a half ago, maybe a bit. No, August. I did it. Actually in August, and so far with the whole of my videos, I think it's £4 something so far.
So we're not, when we designed these shirts, the whole aim was to provide the merch, because people had asked for it. It was never about making money on it. So I would love to see a design from you guys on that page.
I think that'd be absolutely awesome, that.
Oh, would it? We've always said we love chat. It's all about the community for us. And we love the fact we've probably got the friendliest chat in YouTube.
We have got the friendliest chat in YouTube.
Hand on heart, I can honestly say that. And I'm always so proud to be able to say that, It's friendly. We don't get drama.
Oh, God, no. I love this chat. And I love this show as well.
It's a real joy to come home on a Thursday. It's not a case of, oh God, we've got the show to do. We're both buzzing. You can always tell, because we're normally chatting to each other by 6 o'clock.
And that's it morning.
Oh, yeah. Seriously, me and him are messaging each other about 6:30, 7:15.
So, yeah, seriously. I think that's what we'll sort out next week.
Yeah, I think that's something we need to have a look at. Rachel, if we can, we will.
What's that one?
Rachel said she's really pleased she asked for a tank top and we delivered. If it's available, we'll do it.
A picture of SoulOhm B at the top of Chris's head.
Well, we'll have SoulOhm and Chris on the front and me on the back, scaring anybody from sneaking up behind you and stabbing you.
I'd really like to do an Ohm Service t-shirt, really. I haven't done an Ohm Service t-shirt. I've done a Tails, I've done a SoulOhm, but I haven't done a...
You know what would look good on the Ohm Service t-shirt?
What, the
black and white globe.
The only downside to it is I need to get that image as a PNG file, so the black is clear. That's the problem.
It's easily enough done.
So
The problem is with the black and white image, you've got black everywhere, haven't you? So
yeah. So yeah. Right,
Oh.
it's 20 past the hour, so we're coming up towards the end of the show, and what a fantastic show it's been. Have you got any news before we do disappear? Have you got anything coming up?
Not really. We're just sort of winding up for Expo now. I'm just sort of thinking where I need to get packed and looking forward to all that good stuff. Fogstar Expo this year, so I may be investing in some fresh batteries.
Is there anything?
Black Sheep T-shirt. Had to
Yeah.
mention that from Timmy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think there will be one.
Mark, good evening, mate. I did see you pop in earlier. Sorry, I missed you on the shout out. How about a picture of Chris? No, that's not happening, Irish. No.
Well, we've got to speak about Chris. He's on the march at the present moment, so obviously he's not with us, but he's been with us
in spirit.
In spirit, and I hope it went well. I know he did try, and he did speak to me earlier on today when he was actually at the event, and he was going to try and come in live at the event, but obviously internet access was probably a bit limited. So I know he did go live on his channel, and it were very blotchy. So Chris, if you do watch the replay, I hope everything went well. So yeah.
Too right. Big love, mate. I mean, you've got to hand it to Chris. This is the second rally he's been at. He's putting in. He's actually doing rather than just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's out there fighting for his right to vape, so you can't fault him. Can't decide what mod to take to Expo. Decisions. Well, I know JP is probably not your first one, but going off the horror stories over the last couple of years, I wouldn't take anything too expensive, mate.
No, take a banger.
Can't beat a banger.
You shouldn't really say that, should you, really?
What?
A banger. No, take a beta mod. Not a banger.
Oh, so it's okay to beat things, but it's not all right to bang them. I say. I know, Bill. I really wish you were going, mate, because I'd love to meet up. And if you want to, we will be there. I think we're definitely there Friday and Saturday, aren't we?
We're definitely there Friday and Saturday, definitely.
So if you're wandering past, we will be around. Please come up and say hello.
Oh, we'll be definitely doing an expo special on the Thursday before it.
Oh yeah, and we'll probably be interested.
Julie, I could answer that one. I could so answer that one.
Julie, I say. Oh, I've got a tingle.
I think we all did there.
Blimey. I think Julie's nickname should be Lazarus now because she's just raised the dead.
Right, so what have you got coming up?
Well, of course, we've got Tales from the Ohm on Sunday.
What time's that?
2:00 in the afternoon, UK time. If you're Julie, you'll just be getting...
It's 9:00.
Just waking up slightly in your big brass bed. I say. Oh, Jake. Jake can't wait me to meet you. You bring it down. Hey, easy, Jake. Easy. I say. Jake, do us a favour, mate. Post me a picture first. That way I know. If I'm Andalou and somebody taps me on the shoulder, I won't punch you then. Julie, it's been known. Bless you. Yes, Bronco normally joins us as well. Yeah, thanks, Irish. Cheers, dude. So 2:00 in the afternoon, we will be chilled.
Oh yes, nice little chill out afternoon session.
For those that watched last week's, I know it got a bit heavy. That's not the norm. We won't. I don't think we're going to be going that heavy again.
No.
No, because we need a bit of chill. We definitely need a bit of chill. There's enough negativity out there. Alan, no need. No need, Alan.
Oh, bless him. Well, next week I have got coming up, I've got the Cremu. Nice little side-by-side kit from a company called Year 2. And I've also got the Uni from UCAN. Yeah, I nearly said you well then. From UCAN. Quite an interesting one, this one. Just thought I'd quickly show it. It grabs hold of you. I don't know if you can see that. You see how it closes? It opens up, closes. So it doesn't matter what size tank you have in it, because normally they wobble around. This actually grabs hold of it, keeps it tight. I think it's a cool little, nifty little device. So that's what's coming up next week. Obviously, the Ohm Service and Tales from the Ohm on Sunday. That's what's coming up on the channel.
So looking forward to both of those. The UCAN device, because of the iris grip, I think that's just genius. Because everything that we've shown that's been...
It not only does the iris grip, but you can raise it up or down. So for argument's sake, you've got a small tank, you can raise it up. If you've got a big tank, you can lower it down.
Julie's been doing that for years. That's nothing new. Sorry, Julie, I do apologise. That was uncalled for, but I couldn't resist.
Oh, bless.
Yes, so plenty of good stuff to look forward to from Mark there. So, like we said, if you're kicking around Sunday, bit of a loose end, please join us. We'd love to see you.
Oh, definitely. Really.
Thank you to everybody that's been in tonight.
Oh, it's been awesome.
Had so much fun. so much fun.
And let's not forget, we want to congratulate Jason for winning the 3K giveaway, and I'll email you literally in the next 24 hours.
Irish, take that back. Yes, big congratulations to Jason. Lots of really good stuff in there. Loads of great juice. And like we said, yes, there's some pods in there. If you don't do pods yourself,
pass it on.
Maybe you've got a friend. Pass it on. Spread the love.
Spread the love.
All that needed was a bit of Barry White in the background, mate. Let's get on.
Shabba.
Oh my God. Come on. I think it's time to wrap it up.
It is, right.
What are you going to say to the nice people?
Well, I'm not going to do the brushing of the shoulders. That's Chris's. I'm going to leave that one. Steve, thank you so much. It's been an awesome show. Chris, we do miss you. So obviously he'll be back next week with us. Guys in chat, thank you. It's always nice having you guys. So yeah, I'm going to say thank you very much, and we'll see you all on Sunday. I'll pass it over to Steve.
Guys, again, thank you for joining us. It really does mean a lot. So looking forward to it if you can see us on Sunday. Yes, it's dark times. I'm not going to do the brushing the shoulders because that's Chris's. But I will say, don't let it get to you. We shouldn't be getting angry about this. If somebody comes up and says that stuff will kill you, give them the facts. Getting angry with people, I've had a few, especially in the last week, and your first reaction is grr. But always better to calm and just explain things to them. Some people will listen, some people won't. And you're never going to change them if they won't.
And if that don't work, punch them in the face and tell them that they're idiots. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Take to the streets, burn them up. No. And don't do it with your mod because you might damage your mod.
Yeah, you don't damage your mod.
However, the original Aegis in a sock, when spun at high velocity, will cause considerable weight to your argument.
Yes. I know that one. Right. Good night, everybody. See you all next week. Bye.
Bye. What are you giggling at?
I just the thought of swinging around my sock. It's just that thought. Hang on a minute, just let me take my sock off. Hang on a minute, mate. One sec, I'm just going to take my sock off.
How about you varlet? Taste my athlete's foot.